Good morning. Welcome to your weekly Galactic Heritage card reading. Today is December the 12th. Happy 12/12. So, I cast out a safe and sacred space and call in our galactic families to deliver the best message for my viewers and my listeners today. So the first one. Embracing transition, serious in the present. I'm going to do another spiral today. So, a spiral reading, there are different readings we can do. We can do 1 card readings, or 3 card readings, or any card readings really. But there's something about the spiral that gives like a more in-depth message. The next one is complete surrender, Lyra in the future. Complete surrender. Next one is masculine principle, Lyra in the past. So if you come across this reading and it's past the date, that's no problem at all, because these are timeless messages. Conservative attachments, Earth in the present. My voice is a bit better today than last week. Last week I could barely talk, and the week before I could definitely not talk. So it was a long flu. I hope all of you out there are taking care, because it's just the season of flus and colds. Seeds of polarity, Lyra in the past. So what I'm seeing here from the cards today is embracing transition. I'm going to start with the first one. So, embracing transition, serious in the present. You can see that there. We're all going through a big, huge transition right now at the moment, collectively and individually. And it's inviting us to embrace this transition and to try and park our fears. Change and transition isn't easy for some people, and it's something that can invoke some fear and uneasiness and uncertainty. But when we go inwards and find some quiet time for ourselves, this transition can actually happen for us a lot more easily. The next one is complete complete surrender. So this connects to the previous card, because this card is inviting us to completely surrender to any resistance, any kind of blockages, any fears or worries or anxiety that may appear during this transition. As you can see, there's a lot of havoc happening in the world, and the whole world is going through a transition, and during that transition a lot of shadow work, a lot of old repeated patterns is surfacing. So when we completely surrender and hand over our fears to our highest power, our highest good, our higher selves, this transition will happen a lot easier. The next one, masculine principle, Lyra in the past. This masculine principle is inviting us to look at the masculine energy within us, because sometimes masculine energy signifies warrior energy, bravery, strength, getting things done. And while we're going through this transition, we can surrender to our masculine energy, our innate bravery, to help us get through this transition. So conservative attachments is very well connected to all of these, because when we're going through big change, it's easy to hold on to old habits. And this card is inviting us to change our old ways of thinking, our old habits, in order to get out of that continuous karmic cycle that the world has been in, the continuous wars and fight for the land and inner struggles individually and collectively. We need to let go of those conservative attachments and move into this transition and embrace and surrender to this new earth and this new energy and this new density. 40 stubbornness Pleiades. So sometimes when we as a collective species can be quite stubborn, and I know that myself. I'm also a stubborn person on an individual level. So we need to remove our fixed ideas of how something should be. And we need to surrender to a new way of thinking, a new way of being, an energy of unity. And in order for us to really transition, we really do need to park our stubbornness and open up our ways of thinking, open up our ways of thinking and embracing this transition. Seeds of polarity in the past, Lyra, we're going through extreme polarities right now at the moment. Dualism, polarities, obstruction in the earth, division, and it just seems to be getting worse. But it is going to get worse before it gets better. So on an individual basis, we can start to accept our polarities, our individual polarities, and then spread that energy, and hopefully everybody on an individual level embracing their polarities, like the dark and the light, your kindness and maybe your shadow self. Or if there's a part of you that you don't really want to look at or admit, like for example the part of us that's stubborn but the part of us who's kind, let's embrace those polarities and unify them in order to fully transition through this turbulent time. Open contact Pleiades. We are being guided through this whole transition, and the Pleiades are there to guide us through. We just have to open ourselves a little bit more with the intention to be open to help, especially through this awful, disastrous time that's happening in the world. And as we're on our journey to embracing polarities and unifying and integrating our dualities, we can ask Pleiades for help. And this open contact card means that they're here to help, and we just need to know that they're there for us, to help us through this transition, and to help us surrender, and to help us use our masculine energy in order to transition and to let go of our old beliefs, in order to ascend and to let go of all of that pain and suffering and karmic patterns that the world has been through, and integrate our polarities and dualities. And we can do with the help of our Pleiades, guides, and our star family. So I'm just going to show you the spread here as it goes. So embracing transition. So in order to embrace transition, we can completely surrender our old ways of thinking. We can invite the masculine energy here to help us with this. Our warrior energy, our bravery, because it's not easy. And that will also help us to let go of our old ways of thinking, our conservative attachments that don't serve us anymore. And maybe we can address our stubbornness, that stubbornness that we used to have for so many years and still do. But we can also embrace our stubbornness, because when we embrace the light and the good within ourselves, these are seeds of polarities. That is the one step, a really important step into integration. And we can also ask our Pleiadian star family to help us through this. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. These are my angel cards over there, which I absolutely love too, and will hopefully give you a reading on this as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I'm very, very, very grateful that you've tuned in today. These cards never fail. I love them so much. This isn't a sales pitch. I just love these Galactic Heritage cards. Like they give so much history about our galactic heritage, our star family, where we come from, and the lessons that we can learn through all of these collectives going through the same lessons that we're going through today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment below. And if you like this video, press like and send it to anyone who you think might be beneficial. Have a wonderful week, and remember, these messages are timeless. So, cheerio, take care.